An alternative perspective on our local sporting clubs. You are listening to Elastic FM Sport with David Lilley.
I'm delighted to be joined on the line live on a Saturday morning by Sheffield Sharks coach Atiba Lyons. Welcome, Atiba.
Hi, thanks a lot.
Now then, it's very pleasing and refreshing that we can reflect on the first win of the season. So let's get straight into that, Atiba. It was according to the stats, obviously I wasn't there last night, but according to the stats which I've got in front of me, it looked in the end like a comfortable victory. Is that how it played out?
Probably stats a little deceiving on that. In the fourth quarter, they got within 9 points, and with a team like that who can shoot the ball as well as they can do, it was very close striking range. You know, we call it a 3-possession game, so it only takes 3 shots for them to get back into the game and tie it up. So, you know, it seems like a lot, but it's not really in actuality. So I thought we did a good job closing them out. They came and hit a shot, and then we responded, and that kind of took the wind out of them a little bit. So, you know, I think we definitely executed a lot of our game plan, and, you know, I was very happy with how they responded from the first weekend.
One of the most notable things about the lineup, Atiba, is the number of minutes that you gave to George Brownell. What was the thinking behind that?
I think the first weekend, you know, there's so many new components that came in. Rob Poole, Cardell McFarland. We were just a little bit out of sorts. I think it's one thing, you know, that the talent is there, but if the team's on the same page, sometimes it's kind of irrelevant. So putting George in and playing as much as I did, I know that he'll be strong defensively, be consistent. You know, he has the experience now, and, you know, he's earned it. In practice all week, he played really well. In preseason, he's played well. So, you know, I think it's a case of, you know, a little bit of continuity, but also he's just got more experience and he deserves more playing time.
Can we expect to see much more from George this season based on him getting 33 minutes last night?
Yeah, I hope so. You know, it all depends. Last night's game was a very good matchup for George. He did a very good job defensively, but some teams may not be as favorable for us. Sometimes maybe bigger guards that, you know, might have to switch up our lineups. But, you know, I think this team gives that flexibility. I definitely see George getting more minutes. I don't know if 33 will be his number, but he'll be playing significantly more than last year if he keeps up the way he's been going.
It would be remiss of us not to comment on the performance of Shaheed Davis, who ended the first half with 19 points and finished the game with 24. What can you tell us about his performance last night and generally how he's settling into British basketball?
Well, Shaheed's a talent. You know, he's a very talented player. When I saw him play this summer at my combine in Florida, you know, he's a unique player. And sometimes you find it a little difficult to exactly envision what he'll do for the team, but I knew that the skills he has, we can use in Sheffield, especially, and then the BBL. You know, he just causes mismatch problems. He handles the ball much better than you would think. He shoots it consistently, and you know, he's a little bit young, and but he came out with fire last night. And hit some tough shots, really tough shots. He came out to kind of drive the team forward from the front, and he did that. You know, I think the first half took a lot out of him, and you know, second half they did a better job on him a little bit, but you know, he still made big plays on the stretch. He got some offensive rebounds, got fouled. So you know, he did a great job, and as he gets older and more experienced in the league and in Europe in general, I think he'll be very good.
And let's turn our attention to Mike Tuck, if we may, who was off colour in the first 2 performances of the season, probably because the team were just not firing collectively, but he was back in the points last night, 13 points and 9 rebounds, much more of what you'd expect to see from him, Atiba.
Yeah, Mike, you know, Mike's one of those players that doesn't take much to kind of redirect him or focus him in. He had a slow start. I think he was not really focused on, you know, just coming out and being Mike Tuck. I think he was trying to get guys on the same page and you know, help the team play together a little bit. But we just need Mike Tuck to be Mike Tuck consistently, and everything else around it will fall into place. You know, I think he knows that, and he did it, and he went out and played well. You know, he took more shots. The first 2 games, he took 5-6 shots or something like that. So it's just not acceptable for Mike. So he's come out and he responded.
And our new point guard, McFarland, who, to be fair to him, had literally 0 time to train with the team when we suffered that injury to our key point guard. Last night looked like, from his statistics, that he's starting to settle in as well with 14.6 rebounds. What did you make of him last night?
He did a much better job. He he showed some composure down the stretch. He made big shots. He made some tough plays. That's what we needed from him. He did come in very, very last minute, and it's a lot to ask for. And but with his experience in the league, and he's a little bit older as far as he's played in some other countries and had some years under his belt. He knows the score that happens. Happens to players who get stuck in situations quickly, and you gotta step up and play. So I think he's getting it now and getting his footing and getting comfortable with everybody. So yeah, we just need that consistent threat from the point and from the guard position. The first two games we were very flat in that sense. So if he continues to be that threat until Jordan gets back, that'll help us significantly.
Now, the Atiba that I know is a passionate man, someone that hates to lose. So I've observed in the time I've been watching the Sharks now, Atiba, which is close to 10 years, that we can be slow to start to the season. But the manner of the two opening defeats, how worried were you by the fact that we lost by so many points?
I wasn't very worried, to be honest, Dave. I know it's a long season. You don't know how teams are going to end up, and that's what I kind of remind people is that we lost 2 games, but you never know where those teams will be in the season. You don't know how to play out. So we can't get too caught up in who we lose to, how we lose, and the point difference. A loss is a loss. I wouldn't have felt too much better if it was 5 points. Yeah. And to be honest, it probably would have masked a lot of things that need to be corrected as a team. So coming out the gate and losing, you just got to take the positives. You got to re-examine things. It allows you to really execute and get things done in practice because the team they're blank slates. They want to get better. They know they've underperformed and they're listening. So you got to make sure that next week of practice you really get in some key points. And I think we did that this week. They came out, played better offensively. Defensively, they were much tougher. My young guys showed heart and willingness to play, and they got their minutes, and they stepped up. Even Eddie Brown came in and hit a big 3 and some drives to the rim. So, that kind of weekend wakes you up, and it helps you sell your system. You always tell people to buy in, but when you lose by that much, and now we won, it's clear that they need to buy in and believe in what I want to do, and it'll get better.
Turning our attentions to tomorrow's game at EIS against Plymouth. 2 things. First of all, what can you expect from them, and what can we expect from them tomorrow, Atiba?
I expect Plymouth to be a quite exciting team. Probably a lot of scoring from them. They like to really spread the floor and play a free-flowing offense. So it'll be a tough job on us defensively. We'll have to really knuckle down and get stops and play together well. I think there'll be a little bit of us teething issues, and I don't know how much they've come along, and they've had some good results and bad results. So everyone's still settling down, and for us, we got to get some wins at home. We got to improve on as a team is just how we execute and how we play defense. So for us, it's still about us, and Plymouth, I know, will be very talented. They have quite a few good players on that roster already, and guys that have returned from last year, which I give them advantage of continuity. So it'll be tough.
And they have a familiar face in their lineup as well. John Barber signing for them just in the last few days. What are your thoughts on that, Atiba?
It's a good signing for him. John is someone that has been with us, been really well with us. He's a heck of a guy, tremendous personality. Everyone, really likes him and misses him here. But, we weren't able to really secure something with what we were trying to do this season. But, John's someone that always really have a, respect for, and I hope that, he has a great year this year, and not against us, but when he plays wherever else, he'll have a great year, and, it'll be good to see him again.
Well, I think he'll get a warm reception from the Sharks fans. Well, Atiba, congratulations on last night's win, and thank you for taking time out on your Saturday morning to speak to us, and we'll look forward to speaking to you at the game tomorrow.
An alternative perspective on our local sporting clubs. You are listening to Elastic FM Sport with David Lilley.